Greetings, citizens, and welcome back to the beautiful island of New Harris. It's the first video I've tried to do for like, I don't know, 2 weeks. Getting on for 2 weeks. I don't think it's been quite 2 weeks, but it's been a while. Yeah, my brain's not been cooperating at all the last week. I've just not been feeling great, and so this is probably not going to be a particularly energetic episode, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. I don't know why the sky is black, by the way. That has to be some kind of visual bug, because you know you can get down to a fairly low angle, so you can look around and observe your various citizens going about their daily lives. And oh, it's just because it was paused. Okay, I guess it was a slight rendering, you know, because I hadn't unpaused the game yet. Well, that's much nicer. Having a solid black sky in the middle of the day is slightly unnerving. Although we could just pretend it was a total lunar eclipse. Yeah, let's just go with that. So, I can't even remember what I was doing last time. I think just building up the economy some more. We don't have a... Like, our balance is alright. We had some new farms and things unlocked, so we might be swapping new farms in. Not all at once, because that will create a bit of a gap in terms of production, so we'll kind of phase in the new farms, which do take up a fair bit of space compared to the old farms, but presumably they will be that bit more productive than the old farms as well. So these old style farms here, we've got 5 of those left, and we'll have to remove them, spread the new farms out a bit with areas with suitable the word escapes me. Suitable fertilities. There we go. I don't know if that's quite the right word, but it's the wrong thing. I wanted. What did I want? Oh, the overlay, not the almanac. The overlay. Yeah. So I mean, we have got some fairly reasonable growing areas. This is all going to be kind of farming area. It's fine. We'll just knock down all this beautiful lush rainforest area, or I don't know if this counts as rainforest, but we'll just knock down all the trees to make farms. That's not at all going to have consequences in you know 30 or 40 years time. Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, of the many things I have been depressed about, you know, there's all kinds of wonderful environmental news at the moment, particularly about Brazil, but also other places. One of the headlines today was that, you know, they're finding microplastic in snow that's falling over the Alps, which is fine, obviously. And then there's all the other wonderful things going on at the moment as well. Brexit's creeping ever closer. Hong Kong, there is the circus that is American politics, and all kinds of other things besides. So yeah. Right, apparently this is our method of intelligence gathering, is the Minister of Defence dresses up as a tapir. Okay. Right, the next rebel attack will not occur. Well, we don't think we've actually had any rebel attacks at all. One of the things that's been fairly good, I mean, my overall happiness is only at 60%, but some of the numbers are very high indeed. I think we will build a cathedral at some point, and I can't remember if I've built a hospital. Cathedrals are expensive though. We've already built one, and it's not like we have a huge population, but yeah, you do seem to need to build a lot of churches and cathedrals in Tropico. It'd be nice if there was like an overlay where I could just see hospitals. I don't think I have built a hospital, you know. That might be a thing we do. How much is that? 15 megawatts I think we have. Yes, we're doing really alright at the moment for electricity. That's not a problem. Just a question of whether it would... I don't think it would tank the budget too much. We're talking some college degrees, you know, college degree educated workers for the doctors. We might not do that right just now, but certainly in future a bit we might have a go at that and try and improve people's healthcare a bit. So that's a corn biofarm, that's a cash crop biofarm, and there's also a food crop biofarm. So what I could do is papaya and pineapple. We could demolish those two and get or we could even just build the farm first and do it that way. I do seem to remember wanting to, yeah, because I'd built that camp there thinking I could fit one of these farms in here somehow, but I can't, which is a pity, because that's in terms of fertility, that's a really good spot there. I think the reason I've come up with the word fertility is that's the word they use for the Anno games, because you have the different little islands in Anno, and you can you can only grow certain things on certain islands, so it kind of forces you to expand a bit, and they refer to them as the different, you know, fertilities. Right, that's better for papaya and the other stuff than banana, but we'll slot a farm in there, and we could actually demolish that farm for now. I think this is mainly meant as a food crop, although we've probably been selling, exporting some of it. Yeah, right, what do we... Oh, I'm rusty at this. Infrastructure, demolish, get rid of that farm. And extend that road up there a little bit. Housing, I think we're fine for. Yeah, we still have some homeless people, but we have plenty of open housing, so I think that's more a matter of getting them into jobs. Although some of them do have jobs. It might be older unemployed people, I don't know. Retired people is the correct term. Why this has been like, this is one of my better days of the last 2 weeks. So we get a few people with a little medical things over their head. So yeah, we do need better medical care at some point. We could do a stopgap with another clinic, but a hospital would be overall more cost effective. But yeah, let's get that shifted out the way first. Don't know how far along this crop is. This is what pineapples, this is how they grow in real life, by the way. I'm sure there were many people playing this game for the first time, or just any of the Tropico games, and going, wait, that's how they grow pineapples? It is slightly surprising. You would think they would be on a, you know, on a tree, right? It looks like a thing that grows on a tree, except no, it's on this weird little bush thing that sprouts out of the ground. Oh. Fuck, in action. Hostage crisis may occur once each year. Okay, interesting. With enough population, we'll have the opportunity, or the option of renovating your palace. What if this is one of the... yeah, here we go. One of the timeline things. We can actually have a look at some of the upcoming timeline stuff as well. Ooh, solar power plant. That could be very nice. Borehole mine. Business centre, National Bank. Okay, so there's some interesting buildings coming up. Definitely. We don't exactly have a huge population at the moment, so we might work on expanding that a bit.
Presidente, you have been living in this musty old palace for too long. It's time to move forward.
Yes, we already have that. We've already met that, so we'll see if that pops up the next stage of whatever this is.
Fabulous, Presidente. We are one step closer to a presidency.
I'm guessing this is tied to that palace pop-up thing. Like, this is... But I'm already a presidente, so why... Oh, I don't even know. Have at least 20,000 in your Swiss bank account. Right, we've got 5,000. Oh, okay, so I actually now have a reason to try and get some money into my Swiss bank account. So we can do that with the Childhood Museum, and then we might get some opportunities popping up to also put some money away in our own personal slush fund, because I haven't really been doing that. I have just been, because this is just, you know, this isn't part of the campaign where it does kind of carry over and basically represents your score. yeah, I can I safely ignore it for the most part, or at least I could up until now. And it turns out it actually would have been useful to have more available, but never mind. So what's left? We've got yeah, that's on food crops, that's fine. So we've got one papaya farm which kind of rolls into that. I don't know if one of these represents the output of, like, presumably it's more than one farm, one traditional farm, because it seems to be multiple, apart from the corn one, it seems to be growing multiple kinds of crops. So I don't know how these work exactly. Is it the equivalent of 2 farms? Is it the equivalent of 3? In terms of output? It would be nice if it gave you an actual number for that. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, so I guess we'll leave these remaining farms for now. They're both sugar farms. So we want another cash crop farm to replace those somewhere. Sugar in particular actually grows all right here. Sugar, coffee not so much. So we could build one there and we would get more sugar out of it than the other two. The other two wouldn't grow as efficiently, but that's fine because that water sound effect is just weirdly loud sometimes. Sugar is a thing we need for our rum distillery. I thought we could maybe open up a job slot there. If we get more money out of that in terms of exports, that would be good. So yeah, we could build a little, what would you even call this as a geological feature? I want to say a cul-de-sac, but it's probably not that. I suspect it's not that at all. So yeah, we'll build another bio farm in this spot here. There are other places. I mean, that's a really nice spot there, but that would be a bit of a pain to actually get road around to. And we could just plonk one right behind the palace, but yeah. El Presidente doesn't she doesn't want it to be maybe quite that rural, so to speak. Right, so let's demolish one of these farms for now, just the one. Like I said, I'm doing it at stages. No infrastructure, that's what I want. And also that'll definitely free up some farm workers to work be on this new farm, which hopefully is better at producing. You know, hopefully the sugar output is better than these two combined, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to kind of try to wing it and see how it goes. I might have to, like, well, I don't know. I might leave that in at the volume I'm hearing it, just so you know why I wince every so often. Right, I can't accept any more at the moment, so I'm going to have to dismiss that one. The oil products one is ticking up nicely. And we could even spend a bit of... We've got the megawattage, so you know what, we'll reduce the pollution from that. That's not a problem. Is the population, is there a way to see number of citizens? It'd be nice if there was a graph where we could see that a bit better. Food quality's been kind of flat, but it's been high for a while. It'd be nice to, yeah, it's been slowly climbing, but not kind of dramatically so. So that could be better, but yeah, we could do with more population basically, so I could build more things. So yeah, let's get that other new farm built. This one should be starting to be planted soon, and maybe let's think about that hospital. We might as well go for that. I could swear I've built one already, but I don't know that I have. I don't think I must not have. I must just be making that up. Right, oh, it's a pity we can't fit that in there. That's such a Oh, is it literally just that planter? You know what? We can get rid of that planter. Which, fortunately, is an instant demolish. There we go. So, yeah, that's got to be the front of the hospital. That should improve the healthcare quality by a fairly reasonable amount. Pop the farm on higher priority so they finish that and don't wander off to the hospital first. And let's have a little bit of road going out. Towards that farm as well. It's not strictly necessary. Your teamsters will just trek over open ground, but obviously it speeds things up if they can just like drive straight there rather than have to break out their wheelbarrows and schlep everything back and forth that way. How are we doing for nope. Free job positions 5, unemployed 22. I think you can actually see exactly. Yeah, so okay. We could do with some more possibly low-skill labour jobs. Well, those filled up. Let's actually
take a look at these charts, Presidente.
Okay, he's just bothering me to get more income. Hopefully I'm not stealing workers from elsewhere. Right, that's not quite fully stoffed. Stoffed is a word. Staffed. Brain. I don't know, it's been that kind of, you know, my brain's just not been... Ugh. I don't even want to imagine what it would have been like trying to do a video like last week and a half ago. It would have been not good at all. So yeah, they seem to grow in thirds. I kind of wonder if it'd be like the big farms you can build now in Surviving Mars with the Green Mars expansion, where you get these big outdoor farms you can build with this big rotating, you know, arm system, but it just seems to be, I don't know if it's supposed to be like a sprinkler in the middle or something. Right, so exported more goods. Let's just open that wide open and hope we don't bone ourselves in terms of other things. Also, we seem to have filled some sort of quest.
Great calamity, President.
Yeah, we can afford that.
All of my wife's birthdays are coming, and they want...
Yes, we'll do that. That's the one I think that sometimes pays back a bit better. So there's our cash crops growing. I don't think we need any more corn farms because the labour camp is also producing corn. Cement factory's fully staffed. Rum distillery might not end up getting fully staffed, but more staff equals more profits basically, so that's good. What can we build that would either a Teamster's office or maybe another construction office? Because the construction offices, you can end up like, if you're steadily building stuff it's useful, but sometimes you want to build a lot of stuff at once and then it just ends up being a huge bottleneck. It is generally better to try and build stuff slowly over time. Oh, I know what I can do. I was having this thought when I was scrolling around prior to starting recording. I could try and do some basic tourism. Like nothing fancy, but basically just to, you know, have a hotel or two and basically have the tourists just essentially utilise stuff I've already built. I'm not going to specifically go for like a, you know, full tourist economy, but yeah, things like hotels need uneducated workers, so so we can go for a really low end, or we could go for Let's buy the blueprint for hotels. Just a standard hotel. And the town area itself is not bad at all. Apparently they wouldn't mind terribly being across from the rum factory, but we'll maybe put it somewhere a little bit nicer than that. They got a Slaughter Hotel in there next to the customs office, and we can actually open one up there as well, and that will also generate more income.
Presidente,
Demolish all logging camps. Do I even have any logging camps?
Trees are our friend.
Oh, I have one logging camp. Right, where's my logging camp? Oh yes, it's feeding the lumber mill, that's right. What would happen if I just like demolished it and then built it again? I is employing quite a lot of people. I don't know, we'll demolish it and then build it again, and hopefully the game won't go, oh, you're very naughty. You don't get any, anything from that. Hopefully. It might do. Right, so there's the tourist dock built. It's the hotel built. We might well build... I could build the shipper rant. A theatre? We've got things like pub and the cinema already. Museum of Modern Art. Let's go for a theatre. Definitely haven't built one of those before. That's quite a large building. And opposite the... Can't quite tell. I'm guessing this is the front. The portico is a bit of a giveaway. Yeah, let's build that there. I'm trying not to spend all of the money at once, but you've got to give the tourists something to do. So yeah, that should generate a bit more income. Hopefully more income than it's costing in wages. I don't know what my overall tourist rating is at the moment. Tourism rating 22 and improving. 22% is not good. But that is improving because we've built a nicer hotel. Average attractions 7%. So we could maybe do with like where are we? Attractions. Some kind of attraction as well. Something basic like a tour office. We can build the beach site basically anywhere, so we might as well do that. Try not to demolish too much. Right, so that'll not employ that many people, but we get that and a tourist office down, and a tour office rather. Yeah, neither of these are particularly expensive, and it's some basic stuff for the tourists to do. Now this one's really tiny, so we can just kind of like tuck this away somewhere. The side of the supermarket, why not? And we can also increase the service quality, but we won't bother with that, doing that for now. Right, so how are we with healthcare? Should be heading up. It's slipped down to 59%. How are we for pollution? Borehole mine, there we go. Pollution is not that bad, but yeah, lots of pollution from the oil refinery and from that cement factory, unsurprisingly. I think we now have access to... gosh, where will it be? Infrastructure? Yeah, the water treatment plant. Which I think is basically the upgrade of the landfill. Yeah, we can't actually build the landfill anymore. Well, we could build it as a separate thing. Hopefully it's less polluting than the landfill. So we've got water treatment, water purification. Happy powder. Okay. Alright. We could basically drug the water supply or recycling. If we plonk one of these down somewhere where it's going to give us a bit of overlap, perhaps. With oh, there we go. Yes, we can just about squeeze it in that corner. I don't think we'll bother getting rid of the garbage dump. We've already invested the cash in that. So yeah, I'm trying to not spend too much money here. But if we get that to reduce pollution even further, that will increase the kind of the beauty rating of the area and make it a bit more attractive to tourists. We could also implement pollution standards. That will help as well. I think we need TV station, nightclub. So there are things we can do to increase our tourism rating. But we need a TV station for that. Which is something I might put on the to-do list, I suppose. How are we doing for housing? I think we've still got plenty of free housing. 29, yeah, that's fine. Right, none of these farms I think will have produced kind of corn crops coming in, but no, I don't think they're really producing in terms of output at the moment. It'd be which one's which? I can't tell if it's only growing 2/3 due to the crop conditions. This is growing all three, or if it's just what's in that third of it is, you know, on a really low. It's just not grown much yet. Let's build another country house there as well. Why not? Oh, we've had no sign of. We're not actually getting any tourists yet. Maybe we need 1 or 2 more attractions. The souvenir shop is cheap. Could build that. We can squeeze that into this space as well. There we go, opposite the tour office. That'll do. Let's get that built as a priority. Money-wise, we seem to be doing absolutely fine. Still spending a bunch, but I think our exports are up from the rum factory in particular. Oil refineries doing okay. Cement factories turning a profit. Theatre, comedy. Service quality increased by 10. Tragedy. Visitors have a chance to become intellectuals. Burlesque. Only men may visit the theatre. Well, that's entirely sexist. I'm sure there's plenty of women that enjoy burlesque as well. Right, export 500 nutrient supplements. Yeah, I don't think we'll do that. That would require building some kind of factory. This just inherently requires some energy. You don't have any upgrades for that, it looks like.
Presidente, our Minister of Economics has managed to
Commodity prices increased by 20%. That's a nice random event. Okay, that's good. Got stuff growing. 3 farms left to demolish. And yay, our first tourists. I wonder if we can tell.
What are you doing tonight?
Okay. So, eco, we've got a bit of a mix here. Slob. Eco, we seem to have more eco tourists than anything at the moment, but it's only a small hotel. We could always just build another hotel, of course. 3,840. Or how about some beach villas? I think they have a better tourism. I was just looking at it. 3 megawatts each. They're not quite as... This building must be placed near the sea. Right, we can try to squeeze one in there. One in there, why not? And also we'd better check on our electricity. Okay, it's not that close. Well, it's kind of close, but not that close. So we don't need another wind turbine just yet. Just looking at my various employment thingies. Right, allow imports. Oh, we were going to rebuild the... that's true. We were going to rebuild the logging camp, so that's fine. This is apparently still a good place to do it. Yeah, I'll leave that on selective harvest. How is the labour camp? We could arrest one more person. Let's throw another criminal in the clink. Oh, I completely scrolled past it. Right, let's go for Rafa Ramos, who is going to be arrested. I might as well unlock that last police station slot as well. I did build a fire station, didn't I? I'm sure I did that at some point. Yes, there is. Just to make sure we've got enough job spaces for everyone, basically. Although it seems like we're doing more than fine in terms of that. I think we're starting to get a more educated workforce coming through. So that's fine. We might even unlock an extra teaching slot, and we might also want to consider another grade school at some point. Let's just have a quick check up on the tourism rating 28. That's steadily climbing. Spring break. So far it's more popular with spring break tourists, so it's better to build things that appeal to them, basically. Let's see. Eco and wealthy, so we'll just leave that as is. You can actually set... I think it just, if you don't do it, it's just kind of automatic, but you can set where you want the tour to end up. So, you know, we could have them go for a stroll past the beautiful cement factory, but let's plonk it down there. That's apparently a reasonably attractive spot. I think we can also where are we? You can put down like a little... there we go, scenic outlook. This kind of looks like it'd be half out into the sea, but there we go, it kind of expands the ground a little bit. So I don't think we're probably going to be making that much money from tourism at the moment. But, you know, it's just bringing people to the island and providing a bit more employment. I might as well build just another regular hotel. Perhaps... yeah, the normal hotels for some reason need a road connection, whereas the luxury hotels don't. Oh, no. That was too close to the... Too close to the road. I'm not quite sure why the luxury hotels don't But anyway. It's also a little odd in that it kind of looks like the back of the hotel is where it has the garage connection, so we always place the hotels with their backs facing the road. Unless you build the road connections specially round the back.
Have been abducted and are being
Oh right, okay, this is apparently one of the... I thought it would be my citizens that got kidnapped, but no, it then makes sense that they would... Okay, so we can have various things. We can actually send the army in because we have a strong enough army. Got our armory there. We could maybe build an army base at some point. That would free up some housing. In fact, at some point, meaning we could do it now. It's also the SWAT headquarters that I remember that being a thing that appeared last time. You'd think that would pop in there, but I guess the slope, yeah, the slope of the land is just kind of working against it. Right, let's build an army base up there. It's right near a garage, so that'll be fine. And maybe we'll think about demolishing the remaining farms. Coffee, papaya, sugar. So maybe another commodity bio farm. And did I ever get around to building a salt mine? It'd have to be over there. I probably looked at this in a much earlier episode. Yeah, there are a couple of places we can build salt mines, but it would require building out a lot of road too, so we won't do that just yet. But at some point we will build salt mines. We definitely will build salt mines. So, yeah, I want... oh, I see, that's just the improved mine. Well, that makes sense. Of course it's the improved mine. Another... no, not a fish farm. Brain! Brain, work with me here, brain. So what were we building? Another commodity farm. Sugar, tobacco, coffee. So this is better. Pretty poor for tobacco, but we're not really... Like, tobacco's kind of incidental. Or we could just build another one there. Although that's also bad for coffee. This is less good for sugar up here, but better for coffee. So we'll build it up next to this one. Oh! I've just realised. Of course, you can place them right next to each other, then you'd form like a nice circle with the... It didn't even occur to me that you'd be able to do that. Well, that just kind of... It's not quite perfect. It does clip in a little bit, but maybe that's the point. Okay. So, that's... Yeah, that's going to be another cash crop. Coffee, tobacco, and the other one. So we'll get rid of the coffee farm and the sugar farm. And that will free up workers, although I don't think we particularly need to free up workers at the moment. And then that'll just leave me with one farm left. Also, apparently there were absolutely no negative consequences from just rebuilding the logging camp. Right, the exports to the rum factory are doing very well. We might even at some point get a cannery going. Do we have... I don't think we do. I think it's just the rum distillery. Yeah, let's go for a cannery. Could squeeze it in actually just there. That's fine. And yeah, I'll just leave it on sweatshop as well. There might be upgrades with the cannery that improve working conditions. Some factories do. Right, so we have no actual generals there, but soldiers. Oh, I think you need generals there in order for soldiers to... So let's close that slot and hopefully the general will move over here instead. rather than stop being a general entirely. It should work that way. That's not really making money yet. But my hotels are starting to. That's making a little bit of cash. Yeah, I'm not expecting tourism to be like, this is not going to be a main thing by any means, but it's just going to be hopefully a steady trickle of income. And it'll improve our everything in the long term. Right, that's a really good spot for building this last placement biofarm, but apparently we need to get rid of that papaya farm. Also demolish that section of road as well, so that's not in the way. I think we're getting there. We're slowly filling up that Swiss bank account one as well, just from switching over the childhood museum. And we might also build a little bit more freebie housing. I don't want to build too many bunk houses because, you know, it then lowers the overall quality of housing. But I'm not going to build the expensive housing and make it free, because that would be quite an expense. Walk down another couple of bunk houses there. And you know what? Let's give them something nice to, like, build a little fountain or something. There you go.
Wonderful,
Have
President.
2 biofarms. Yes, well, we've immediately met that, haven't we? There we go. We're actually going to have 1 more. I think this should set us up very nicely for food for the next quite a while. Oh, I really hope we can. Terrain at this location cannot be flattened. It might just be. Even this is a really good spot for this kind of farm. Ah, there we go. I could see it just kind of flicking occasionally. Just squeeze one in, said the actress to the bishop. Anyway. So yeah, food-wise, I think we've set ourselves up quite nicely. We might also just build another apartment block. Which does, of course, cost some cash monies. Yeah, let's make it one of the taller variants. And also I think probably want to think about another turbine. That'll get me 40 megawatts from that location, so let's build another turbine there. And they're not too distant future when in fact we should get a solar plant very, very soon. 7-star hotel, that's what that picture was. Metro station. Electronics factory. Okay. Oh, let's see how the cannery's doing. That's nearly filled up. And we can produce the more expensive freeze-dried coffee. Well, we'll wait for this to build before we build that, because I think we'll be in danger of overtaxing our electricity supply. Population's going up a little more slowly than I would like, so actually there's a thing I can do about that. I can switch my hospital over to obstetrics, and that will increase the chances of pregnancy, and therefore hopefully boost the population growth by probably not a lot, but a little bit. And there we go, that general did move there. We've even picked up another general. Oh, that's the armory there. So I could, in theory, build another guard station fairly soon as well, but we don't need to do that just yet. Oh, there's a thing there. Brief smoked beef oil products and weapons. Well, we're exporting some of those things already, so yep. That's fine. And we'll just do the same thing again. We'll just send in the army. Right, this is another one where, yeah, the ground is clipping through. Which looks kind of ugly, but never mind. Elections? I believe we've covered this. No. No. I think it's one of the reasons why... I keep clicking on the wrong things. My liberty number is so low, it's kind of tracking everything else down a bit. Job quality and religion quality, I might need to do something about that next time. In fact, we are at the stage, I think we're making enough profit where we can start to hike wages a bit, so... high school workers, let's bump that by 1. Bump that by 1, and... bump everybody's wages up by 1. Not a huge amount, but hopefully that will boost the job quality up a bit. And we could even just start building a new church now. In fact, never mind waiting for the next one. Let's just, sure, slap down another church there. Because we're sitting on quite the pile of cash, but it's not necessarily the pile of cash you've got, it's the income that you've got. Because you can have a nice pile of cash and then go, ooh, I'll buy and build all the expensive things, and then you do, and suddenly you have a horrendously negative income, and you're just burning through your cash reserves. At which point, you've locked yourself in a rather bad economic spiral, which is not particularly recommended. So, where are we at? It's been just over 45 minutes. I guess we'll wrap things up here. Yeah, I think so. Apologies for the, not doing that well with videos, but yeah, you can kind of hear what I've been like, and it's been worse the last 2 weeks, so, which is annoying because I had quite a good spell, and I was kind of on an uptick, and then I seem to have immediately then slammed into a brick wall again. Which is just how it happens sometimes. Anyway. So, yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed this episode, and if you have, you can do all the usual things down underneath the video, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.